Japan is the last country on earth you would ever associate with Islam, a nation of Shinto shrines, Buddhist temples, ancient samurai honor codes, and a culture so uniquely Japanese that it has resisted every foreign religious influence for over 1,000 years, yet right now, quietly, without headlines, without protest, without any of the noise you'd expect from a religious revolution, Japan is converting to Islam at a rate that has stunned every sociologist, every religious scholar, and every demographer who has looked at the data. And the reason why is not what any Western media outlet is telling you, because the real answer to why Japan is choosing Islam reveals something so profound about human nature, about what people are actually searching for beneath the surface of modern life, that it applies not just to Japan, but to every person watching this video right now in every country on earth. In 2010, Japan had 110,000 Muslims. By 2025, that number had more than doubled to 230,000, with Professor Hirofumi Tanada of Waseda University confirming 46,000 of those are ethnic Japanese converts, people with no Muslim family background, no cultural pressure, no community pushing them, choosing Islam entirely on their own terms in complete intellectual freedom, in one of the most educated, most rational, most disciplined societies on the planet. And when you understand why they're choosing it, everything changes. Japan is not a spiritually empty country. This is not a nation of lost, desperate people grabbing at anything. Japan is Buddhism. It is Shintoism. It has a philosophical tradition stretching back centuries, a culture built on discipline, precision, honor, and collective harmony that most of the world openly admires. So when Japanese academics, Japanese university professors, Japanese women, Japanese engineers start choosing Islam, you cannot explain it with poverty or ignorance or social pressure, because none of those factors exist here. What researchers actually found when they interviewed Japanese converts is something far more interesting. They found a consistent pattern. Japanese people who converted to Islam described finding in it a structural precision that resonated with something already deep in Japanese culture. The 5 daily prayers aren't random. They divide the day into segments of accountability and intention, which mirrors the Japanese concept of Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous structured improvement that built one of the most productive civilizations in human history. The Islamic emphasis on cleanliness, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in a hadith recorded in Sahih Muslim, that cleanliness is half of faith, aligns so perfectly with Japanese culture's legendary obsession with purity and order, that Japanese converts have described feeling like Islam articulated something Japanese people already lived but had never named. I'm Yusuf Fujitani, a 30-year-old Japanese convert who graduated from the Islamic University of Medina, raised as an atheist, told researchers that after exploring Buddhism, Christianity, and philosophy, Islam was the only system that answered his existential questions with both logical precision and spiritual completeness. He now leads a mosque in Kobe where 4 to 5 Japanese people take their shahada every single month. Here is what this reveals that nobody is talking about. Japan is arguably the most rational test case for religious truth in the modern world, because Japanese converts are choosing with no emotional pressure, no cultural inheritance, no fear of social exclusion. In fact, they face the opposite, because Japanese society is not a Muslim society. So choosing Islam in Japan requires genuine intellectual conviction. These are engineers, academics, and professionals who apply Japanese precision to the question of which worldview best explains reality and keeps arriving at the same answer. And this is not isolated to Japan. The same pattern is happening in South Korea, in Taiwan, in Western universities, in military veterans, in scientists, people who approach Islam not through birth or culture, but through evidence and find themselves unable to argue against it. The Quran states, in Surah As-Salat, verse 53, we will show them our signs in the horizons, and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth. The Arabic word used, sanurihim, means we will continuously keep showing them. Present continuous tense, meaning this revelation is not a past event but an ongoing process, an unfolding demonstration, across history, across cultures, across disciplines. Japan is one of those signs. 46,000 people with no reason to choose Islam except truth chose Islam. And when the most disciplined, most rational, most structured civilization on earth looks at your worldview and says, this is what we were missing, that is not a coincidence. That is evidence. The question is whether you are honest enough with yourself to ask why, and brave enough to follow that question wherever it actually leads.